Hi everyone, hope you all are doing great today. I filmed this makeup look before. It's sort of like a ASMR non-talking video because I woke up this morning and I was super breathless and I couldn't even talk to my husband. I was that breathless and I was just annoyed at myself. I am 31 weeks pregnant and it's very difficult at the moment. So I didn't have the energy to talk throughout into video, so I did that, and then I also wanted to do this video today. Otherwise, if I'm not on a schedule, it's just nothing's gonna work out, so I have to get it done. Anyway, like I said, I'm talking about how I lost 19 kilos. That's correct. I lost 19 kilos. This was about 1.5 2 years ago, after I had my son, and I will tell you a little bit about what the situation was at the time. I am at the moment pregnant again. I'm 31 weeks pregnant, and I am obviously on a pregnancy friendly diet. I don't do any of these things. I am trying to eat low carb and low sugar because I have gained too much weight in this pregnancy. So none of these were done when I was pregnant, okay? So when I'm pregnant, I eat healthy and well, I try to eat healthy and just focus on growing my baby healthy, and you should not try to lose weight. And also a little disclaimer, like I put in the beginning of the video, I am not a health professional, I am not a dietitian, I am not a medical professional, or none of that. I am not a personal trainer. I don't have any qualifications regarding diet, exercise, and to give any advice. This video is just me letting you know what I did under the supervision of my general practitioner. So none of these things were just started out of the blue, and I wasn't doing it without educating myself first. I was under the supervision of my GP. We did regular blood tests and monitored everything, every aspect, while I was on my weight loss journey. So if you are planning to use some of these techniques, then please go to your doctor first and let them know that you are thinking of trying to lose weight, and these are the things that you have in mind. Is it safe? Is it okay with your own medical conditions and things like that? You do not want to start losing weight without medical supervision, or even without talking to a professional like a dietitian. Now, if you are in the Brisbane, Ipswich area, my sister-in-law, I am very biased, but she is a highly qualified, experienced dietitian and a nutritionist. I will provide links down below to her, both of her practices, and if you are trying to lose weight, she is amazing. You can definitely contact her, and she would be happy to help any of you. So she does have a practice in Ashgrove and in Boona, so I'll put the links down below so you can check her out. Okay, now that all of that is on the side, I will tell you a little bit. So I got pregnant back in 2017 with my son, and I had, when I was 21, I was diagnosed with, around that time, 2021, I was diagnosed with one, lactose intolerance, and the second one was fatty liver. And at the time I had no idea what fatty liver was or anything like that, and at that time I was a heavy meat eater. At the moment I am pescatarian. I've been pescatarian for the past 6 years, and very happy not eating meat. So I thought it was to do with eating a lot of meat, but I still didn't give up because I loved it so much at that time. and I just basically, you know, try to do little bits here and there to get rid of my fatty liver, but nothing was really done at the time. I did feel really lethargic and, you know, fatigued and all that stuff. Iron levels were fine. So I don't know, I kind of just gave up and got busy with life, you know. So when back in 2017, this was, when did I get pregnant? October, I think. My starting weight for my pregnancy was 54 kilos. So that's still a little, you know, more like borderline overweight. So for my height, I'm very short. So still it was fine, and my goal was to only gain 14 kilos throughout the whole pregnancy. So that's what happened. I only gained 14 kilos throughout the whole pregnancy. So I weighed about 68 kilos right before I gave birth, and I lost a couple because I had a lot of fluid in my body right after I gave birth and things like that. And then I went to my doctor, and because I was pregnant, I couldn't do any more tests on the fatty liver issue at that time. So my GP referred me to a hepatic, like a liver specialist, and I did have an appointment right after I had my son. So I went and saw her, and she was very angry because I don't drink. I stopped drinking also about 6-7 years ago. So I haven't had not even a glass of wine, nothing, no alcohol in the system. And I also stopped eating meat at that time. So she did a long diagnosis, and she was very mad that because I was young and I was 27 at the time, or 28, and she said that it is a very unfortunate situation because the fatty liver, uncured fatty liver, can become bigger issues later on, and it could become non-alcoholic, like I could get non-alcoholic cirrhosis, which is also called NAFLD, or non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and which would eventually lead to liver failure. I was shit scared listening to that, and it would be a shame to not be an alcoholic drinker and still get liver failure, you know. So I was really freaking out at that time, and I hadn't thought of losing my baby weight either at this point. This was literally just like a month or two after I had Casper, and then I was freaking out. So I went back to my GP. My liver specialist did a bunch of tests and said that at the moment I am not so far away from the spectrum, but I have to lose weight. If I don't lose weight and get into the healthy BMI range, I am in a lot of trouble. So I was really scared. I came home crying, and then I went and saw my GP, and I said, look, I really need to, like, she got all the reports and everything, and I said, you have to monitor because I'm willing to lose weight. So that's when I started to embark this journey of losing weight, and I was really passionate about it, and I was doing it properly because I was really scared to you know, have a failed liver. I have a newborn and a husband to look after. Like, it was just, you know, too much going in my mind. So all I thought was I need to be healthy and get rid of this fatty liver. So usually before I got pregnant, if I am not pregnant, for the past about 10, 12, 13 years, I usually don't eat dinner because it's very uncomfortable for me, and I just don't like the feeling of having dinner. Like I would go like out to parties and dinner dates and things like that, and eat a little bit, but eventually it just becomes really uncomfortable for me. So most of the time, if I'm at home and not going out, I usually don't eat anything. So what I did was, after I gave birth, then I was trying to lose weight. I obviously stopped having dinner because at that time I wasn't breastfeeding either. This was 2 months after I had Casper. He was exclusively on formula, and that was due to me not having enough breast milk. And I tried pumping and all these other methods for 2 months straight. Nothing was working, and I just gave up. So after that, I was like, okay, you know what, since I'm not breastfeeding, I can start my weight loss journey. So what I did 3 things, okay? So I did intermittent fasting, which is basically not eating anything after a certain time for a certain period. So what I did was, because I am used to not having dinner, I was able to do this. But if you are not used to skipping a meal, then it might be harder for you. What I did was, with intermittent fasting, so every single day after 4 p.m. I won't eat anything at all, nothing at all. I'll just have a cup of tea, maybe around 5:36, but nothing after that, just water basically. And I would do that until 8 a.m. the next day. So around 8 a.m. I would make myself a smoothie, a green smoothie, and I made sure that that was my breakfast. So it would be a very low carb green smoothie with spinach and like spirulina and or kale, just like a little bit of banana for that low carb intake, and a bunch of other goodies. So I would sip my smoothie from 8 a.m. till like 11:30, and then I would have a bit of lunch. So I tried to follow the keto method. Now, keto method is very, very, very difficult to do. If you are used to eating a lot of carbs and sugar, it is really hard to just quit cold turkey and go straight into doing keto. You need a lot of willpower. It is doable. What I did was, I read about keto, I got information, I talked to my GP about it, and then we were on the same page about me going on this diet. And I just didn't want to restrict myself too much too soon. So I didn't do the whole bulletproof caffeine and all that stuff. I hate coffee anyway. I never drink coffee unless it's like iced coffee. I'll drink once in a while, but I hate coffee. So I never drink coffee, so I couldn't even do any of that anyway. We have a family history of cardiac issues, so I didn't want to, I was very skeptical at first, and I didn't want to be all, you know, eating sour cream and whipped cream and all of this. And also I am not a meat eater, so I couldn't even, you know, eat steak and bacon and all these things that they tell you to eat with a keto diet. So it was very, very difficult being a pescatarian, and I had an aversion to fish throughout my whole pregnancy. I hated eating fish, so I wasn't even eating fish. The only thing I was able to eat was calamari, prawns, and crabs. So yeah, it took me a long time to even start thinking about eating fish again. So it was very difficult. So I was basically almost vegetarian, not really, but I could eat eggs and, you know, other seafood. So what I tried to do was try to keep my net carbs under 20 grams per day. So that's what I tried to do. And at this time I didn't have any sugar, like any sugary things. Any sugar I got was from basically like whatever, like other food that contains amount of sugar. You know, everything contains an amount of sugar. And I started reading the back of the labels of products, and I tried to minimize eating packaged food because those are processed and, you know, not good for you anyway. I switched, I had much less bread, but whenever I did have bread, I bought this low GI, low carb bread from Aldi, which has about, I think, 2 grams of carbs per slice. So I was able to have at least 2 a day. and then lots of salads, lots of other keto friendly stuff. And for lunch, so my morning I would have the smoothie, which was definitely keto friendly, and then for lunch, we as Sri Lankans, we usually have rice and curries. So what I would do is calculate the amount of net carbs that I would get in a certain amount of rice, and then I would just have like very little. So I had more curries. I made curries with keto approved vegetable list, like asparagus, broccoli, mushrooms and things like that, or like silver beet, lots of greens. And then with rice, I just had 2 tablespoons full of cooked basmati rice for lunch. That's all I had, and I had more curries obviously to fill me up. And right before 4 o'clock, I would sometimes have a little snack if I'm really hungry, and make sure that it's low carb and low sugar. But after that, nothing. And so that's what I did. So it was keto, but it was just more focusing on low carb, low sugar, rather than going into the whole full keto, because I hate taking supplements and protein powders and this and that. So I didn't want to do all of that anyway. So that's what I did. That was my diet basically for the whole 9 months that it took me to lose weight. And Sunday was always cheat day. I just go ham and eat carbs, whatever, like pizza, you know, pad thai, whatever. So Sundays were not. In the morning, I'd have like an omelette just by itself with a lot of cheese. But for lunch, definitely a cheat meal, because I just couldn't go another day in the week without having some carbs, right? So I cheated, but that didn't affect a lot. So because it was just 1 meal per whole week, so it was fine. Like I said, it took me 9 months to lose 19 kilos. Now my goal weight was 50 kilos. After doing all of these things and losing a lot of weight, my final weight check said that I was 49 kilos, and my GP said, hey, it's time to stop now. You just need to try to maintain it. So I did eat a little bit more carbs here and there, and I wasn't very strict with myself after that, because my weight was 49 kilos, and that was the perfect BMI for my height. So doing intermittent fasting, keto, low carb, low sugar diet. I hate exercising. Like, exercising is like my enemy. But during this time, I kind of fell in love with it, and I tried to do at least 3 times a week, because that's what was allowed with my work, because I was working, and I obviously had a newborn to look after as well. So that's what time allowed me to do. So I at least tried to do 3 times a week, and I just followed Lucy Wyndham-Read's exercises. I will link her channel down below, and also other HIIT workouts. HIIT workouts are high intensity interval training. Because I hate doing cardio, I was trying to look for an alternative, and I found HIIT workouts, and I thought, brilliant, you know, you just do short intervals of high intensity training. That way the workouts aren't long, and that's what Lucy Wyndham-Read focuses on as well. Lucy's workouts are mostly very short, like 20 minutes or less, and it really targets like the particular muscles, and you see losing inches very quickly. So it's very I highly recommend her exercises. If you don't want to follow her, there are so many other HIIT workouts on YouTube. Just, you know, you don't even need to go to the gym. You can just, you know, watch those and see if there's any pain or any uncomfortable feeling. while doing exercises, please just stop doing it. Don't strain your muscles and get injured, because that can happen. I have scoliosis and chronic back pain, so I'm very careful of what kind of things that I should be doing. Most of the time, if it's like ab workouts, I avoid crunches and sit-ups and things like that, because that can really aggravate my back. So know your body, know your conditions, know where your level is, and then go from there. So with monitoring my health throughout my weight loss program, so like I said, it took 9 months for me to lose 19 kilos, which is roughly around 2 kilos a month. It may look very slow because some of you are trying to lose 2 kilos a week. Please don't rush it. It's not worth it. You don't want to get sick, you don't want to pass out, you don't want to end up with another condition. So try to take it slow. It's okay to take your time and do it right, rather than jumping into certain things that is very uncomfortable and can make you sick. So 2 kilos a month is not that much. It's very, very slow compared to all these other weight loss programs and whatever claim to make you do. And this is the right way to do it, and it was the right way for me. I'm not saying it's the right way for you. Something else might be the right way for you, but these are the things that I've done. So during these 9 months, I went to my GP every couple of months, so at least once every 2 months, to weigh myself. What I did was I did not weigh myself at home. I have a scale which is broken. It doesn't work properly, so I didn't weigh myself. The only time I would weigh myself was when I went to my GP, and she would weigh me and she'll be like, hey, okay, so this is your current weight, great, doing good so far. And then if there's any blood tests needed or any other test needs to be done, she will obviously give me a referral for those, and I'll go get those done, and everything comes back great, and went from there. So the very last one that I did, she did find that I did have a bit of low iron. Since then, I've been on iron tablets, Ferrograd C, and I do have low iron in this pregnancy also. So, you know, it's just something that happens after you get pregnant. You end up with low iron. My mom has it as well. So it's nothing that we can, you know, work around. You just gotta take supplements and make sure that you're okay. Yeah, so eventually we did the last blood test and found out that my fatty liver is gone. And I could not be any more happier than that, you know. It was the best feeling to find out that I had lost 19 kilos and my BMI was great, in the best range, and that I healed my condition. So it was such an amazing feeling, and I am so happy. And I do plan to follow the same routine after I have my little girl in November, if I am not breastfeeding. Otherwise, I will have to alter things to suit my breastfeeding as well. So yeah, that's my weight loss journey. I hope you gained something from it. Please talk to a medical professional before you start anything and putting yourself through things that you don't know. Do your research, educate yourself first. Do not jump into anything straight away, and always be safe. Be safe. First of all, you don't want to injure yourself or do any of that crazy things. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section, and I will provide all the links in the down bar, so you can find out information about other things. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a nice day. Please don't forget to subscribe and like and share. Thank you so much. Bye.